If you have been following me for a very, very long time, then you already know this is a re-review. I've reviewed this movie once before, but I had a really crappy camera and not as enthusiastic. So for this movie, I have a lot to talk about because I truly will say it. I think this is one of, if not, the best vampire movie ever.
Here's Johnny!
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Expecto Patronum!
Stephen King, the best-selling author of Carrie and The Shining, takes you on a startling journey to Salem's Lot.
Released in 1979, a TV movie or TV miniseries directed by Tobe Hooper. Yes, the man who brought you the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I love this movie. I'm going to call it a movie. I know it's a miniseries, but I'm just going to say movie. This movie, I can't even explain to all of you how much I love this story. I really, really love this story. I have not read the book. I'd actually love to read this book one day. But this movie, to me, has some of the most scariest scenes in a horror movie ever. To at least for me. Like, growing up, there are scenes that we'll get into that terrified me, scarred me as a child, and I grew up always being worrisome about fog and windows. You already know what I'm talking about. This movie is special to me, and like I said, I think it's really, really good. There's tons of vampire movies that a lot of people say this one's better, Into the Vampire, Lost Boys, all that kind of stuff. This one never gets talked about in best vampire movies. It's because not a lot of people have seen it, and it's also almost 3.5 hours long. But please, if you get a chance to watch this movie, please watch it. David Soul plays Ben Mears in this movie, and he is fantastic in this movie. He's returning to his hometown, he's an author, he hasn't seen everyone in a long time, and when he comes here, people start dying, and there's a creepy old man living in a creepy house up on the hill, whatever, a little past this town, and people go missing, and things start going hectic when they start coming back as vampires. And like I said, this movie's been out for a long time, 1979, so spoilers if you've not seen it. But if you have not seen it, please go watch it. If you try to. I own it on Blu-ray, that's how I watch it. But this movie, let's just talk about it. Let's talk about it. The scene. The freaking scene. This kid is a vampire with shiny eyes, and he comes out of the fog all floating and shit, and then he gets up to the window and flying in the thing, and this dumb kid opens the window and he flies in smiling at him. As a kid, windows at night, when there was ever fog, scared the fuck out of me because of this. It is truly one of those scenes that scares me. Tobe Hooper's direction in this movie is underrated what he does. A lot of these deaths are off-screen, which do suck, but the imagery that he brings to this movie is fantastic. I mean, it's so good. Don't even get me started on the scene where the old man goes upstairs and the man has died in the rocking chair and he's just rocking back and forth, back and forth. Then he looks up at him and his shiny eyes, and then he's got his tongue going, look at me. Like, it's just, oh my god. It literally gets under my skin. I hate that stuff. And then when he unburies him, that one scene where he opens up the grave and the kid wakes up and bites him, like that crap. I mean, dude, it's just, people, it's so good. It's so damn good. Hell, the main vampire himself, the Master, as the old man calls him, That thing is freaking creepy. Hell, he's the poster and everything. He's over here like that, blue with sharp fangs, whatever. That, ugh, dude, it's just the eyes. I'm an eyes scary person, and that crap is scary. Shiny eyes looking at you. Oh my god, dude. Like, ugh. I hate that stuff. But okay, I keep talking about specific scenes. What's the positives and negatives? Great acting, great directing, very nice cinematography, great themes of friendship and returning to your home and knowing who you know, and then the thoughts of changing once the environment is changed. It's a great theme. I love that kind of stuff. My biggest negative, it's everyone's that I've talked to about it. It's just too long. It's 3.5 hours long. It takes a full hour till anything gets going. Once the drivers drive to this house, drop off the container, whatever, from that point onward, the movie is very interesting, but in all honesty, it is a very slow movie. And also, like I said, a lot of these deaths you don't see on screen. But like I said, this movie impacted me. I think it's scary. I'm gonna say, I think this movie is terrifying. I think it haunted a lot of people. My mom thinks this movie is one of the scariest movies ever made, and just no one ever talks about it. If you have not seen Salem's Lot, man, give it a watch. It's a long one, but it is so creepy to me. And some of you will be like, oh, it's outdated, it's not scary anymore. That's fair. That's fair. I watched as a kid and I grew up and this thing just stuck with me and I was just so excited to finally review this movie. I'm going to give Salem's Lot an A-. And for the love of God, please, please release the remake. They've already filmed it. There is a remake coming. They pushed the release date and we just don't have a release date. Please don't can that movie. It might be awful. I have no idea. I just want to see it. I want to see what they could do with advanced technology and stuff and let people see it. I'm okay if you recreate some of these impactful scenes. Do it. But please, release that remake. I want to see it so bad. Anyway, guys enjoyed this spooky review. Sorry if it really wasn't a good review. It was just me talking about me being scared of this movie. But hey, that's the best thing about scary movies. When they impact me, I want to talk about it. Hope you guys enjoy this review. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.